Anger, the fire within. How Eric tamed the dragon of anger. A story about the importance of recognizing and managing anger, offering children a valuable lesson in self-control and empathy. In a quiet little town lived a 6-year-old boy named Eric. Eric was a cheerful child, but his parents had noticed a problem. Whenever things didn't go his way, Eric would get very angry. He'd furrow his brows, clench his fists, and sometimes even start yelling. One sunny summer day, Eric's parents prepared a surprise for him. "Today we're going to the amusement park," they told him with big smiles. Eric was thrilled. He imagined riding all the carousels, eating cotton candy, and winning prizes from the games. When they arrived at the park, Eric immediately spotted the bumper cars, his favourite. But when they got closer, they saw a long line. "No worries," his mum said. "Let's try something else while we wait for the line to get shorter." But Eric didn't want to try anything else. He started to feel angry. "I want to ride the bumper cars now," he shouted, frowning. His parents tried to calm him down, but Eric didn't want to listen. His anger grew and grew. As Eric got angrier, he felt a gentle tug on his shirt. When he turned around, he saw a strange figure, a small dragon with fiery eyes. "Who are you?" Eric asked, curious. "I'm Fire the Dragon," the little creature replied in a deep voice. "I was born from your anger, and I'm here to help you use it. You're right to be mad. Why wait when you could have everything right now?" Eric felt the heat of his anger grow even stronger. The Dragon of Fire seemed to understand exactly how he felt. "Yes, it's not fair to wait. I want to ride the bumper cars now." The Dragon of Fire smiled and said, "Then show them how angry you are. Let them see you're serious." Pushed by his anger and influenced by the dragon, Eric started stomping his feet and shouting even louder, "I want the bumper cars, now!" Because Eric insisted on the bumper cars and didn't want to do anything else, his parents decided to go home, disappointed because they missed a day of fun. After a day of letting anger take control, Eric was tired and confused. That night, he had a strange dream. He was in a dark forest full of shadows. In front of him, the Dragon of Fire seemed to grow bigger and scarier. Eric started running through the forest, trying to escape the Dragon of Fire, but no matter how fast he ran, he couldn't get away. He reached a bright clearing where another figure was waiting for him. It was a small girl with silver hair and a kind smile. "Don't be afraid, Eric," she said warmly. "I am Moon the Fairy, and I'm here to help you understand what's happening." Eric stopped running and looked at her, confused. "Why am I so angry? And why does the Dragon of Fire make me feel like this?" Moon the Fairy stepped closer and said, "Anger is a strong and normal emotion, but it shouldn't control you. The Dragon of Fire feeds on your anger and becomes stronger when you let it dominate you. But if you learn to manage it, you'll see that anger can be turned into something positive." When Eric woke up, he felt that the dream had been more than just a simple dream. The next day at school, he faced a situation that made him angry again. During art class, his classmate Monica accidentally smudged his drawing. Eric felt the anger bubbling up inside him. Suddenly, he felt a familiar presence. The Dragon of Fire was there again, ready to push him to react, but at the same time, he remembered Moon the Fairy and what she had told him in the dream. He took a deep breath and tried to calm down. Instead of yelling at Monica, he stood up and went to her. "I didn't like that you smudged my drawing, but I know it was an accident. Let's try to fix it together." Monica was surprised by Eric's reaction, but smiled and helped him repair the drawing. At that moment, the Dragon of Fire disappeared from Eric's mind, and Moon the Fairy appeared again, smiling at him from afar. As the days passed, Eric started to notice that his anger wasn't as strong anymore. He began to talk about how he felt, ask for help when he was upset, and find solutions instead of letting anger consume him. Moon the Fairy would appear in his dreams from time to time, offering advice and encouraging him to stay on the path he had chosen. Every time he felt his anger rising, Eric would remember the bright clearing and Moon's gentle words. At school, Eric also started to notice how other kids dealt with anger. He saw some of his classmates getting mad when they couldn't solve a problem or lost a game. Instead of avoiding them, Eric began to talk to them about what he had learned. "I know how you feel," he'd tell them. "I used to get angry a lot too, but I learned that anger can be turned into something good. You can try taking deep breaths or talking about what's bothering you. And remember, there's always a solution." One night, Eric went to bed feeling proud. He knew he had made progress and learned an important lesson. In his dream, Moon the fairy appeared again, shining brighter than ever. "Eric, you've turned the fire of your anger into light," she said. "Now, not only do you control it better, but you're helping others understand and manage their emotions. I'm proud of you." Eric smiled widely. "Thank you, Moon. You were there when I needed you. I'll keep learning and help other kids understand their emotions." The dragon of fire didn't appear again, but Eric knew it was always there, waiting to take advantage of a moment of weakness. However, Eric had grown stronger, not because of his anger, but because he had learned to control it. One morning at school, the teacher announced a new project. "Today we will talk about emotions and how to manage them. Eric, would you like to share your experience with the class?" Eric gladly accepted. He told his classmates about a personal experience with anger, describing how his anger had built up to the point where he couldn't think clearly anymore. The teacher asked him what he did to control his anger. "I started learning how to manage my anger. I found that when I feel upset, it's important to stop and take a few moments to breathe deeply. I also started using relaxation techniques like imagining myself in a peaceful place or writing in a journal about how I feel." The teacher encouraged the rest of the class to share their own ways of managing anger. Some said they do sports, others mentioned writing down their thoughts or talking to friends and family members. "It was an important lesson," Eric said at the end, "because I learned that anger is a normal emotion. But the important thing is to find healthy ways to manage it and communicate effectively